Okay, and we are right into game three, which happened as soon as which apparently, I mean, both teams are obviously tired, so they are trying to get this over as quickly as possible, which is perfectly reasonable. Um, in this, for this is UIUC versus Northern Illinois University in the Exhibit Collegiate Championship Series. This is the Elite Division, Week 2, and this is Game 3. So the series is tied 1-1. NIU won the first game on blue side. UIUC won the second game when they were on blue side. And now we are back to the original um, sides with NIU on blue side and UIUC on the purple. Bands were Morgana Sen, Blitzkrieg, and Lulu, Olaf, and Malphite, which I will not fail to see. And first pick out of NIU is going to be Mundo. So, Mundo was used with great success in the previous game by UIC. Let's see how NIU uses that. Let's see. Morgana definitely for the spec ban. Very well played by Jay Wide. Props to him. Sen and Blitzkrieg a holdover respect ban from the first one. Blitzkrieg and Mumu, Olaf, and Malphite been consistent bans throughout the series. Mundo the first pick out of NIU, UIUC to pick 2, because that is how the series works. UIUC picks Azure Soraka. Same bottom lane as last time. Worked out really well, and it looks like they plan on repeating that performance, which is completely reasonable. Azure Soraka, the pick from UIUC. Um, NIU to pick 2, I would anticipate something like probably a mid laner and a support would be my guess. They might want to pick up the Cautious again, maybe a Sona for Wallace Boy, their support. NIU instead picks out their entire bottom lane with the Corki Sona. Corki Sona being the lane that they ran in the first game, which they used to great success. But this was in a 2v1 situation. Maybe they will be doing that again. If that were true, I would imagine that they would want to grab a top laner that is very good in a 2v1 situation, or a 1v2 situation in that case. UIUC picks Ari and Cho'Gath. Ari for the mid lane for Daywad, Cho'Gath for the top lane for Grimlock. And UIUC still has to pick out a jungler. Unless they want to put Cho'Gath in the jungle, which is entirely possible. Making sure I'm actually recording. That would be really bad if I wasn't. Looks like I am. It's not bad. Okay. So, excuse me. I'm casting these games in succession as they are. I'm casting these live, but they will be up on YouTube with a delay, obviously, because I am not streaming this live, mostly because my internet at home is not that reliable. It's fine because apparently they put in fiber optic cables in my neighborhood, which is pretty cool. But it's not good enough to actually stream on. I tested it earlier. I dropped a couple frames. I just decided I didn't want to risk it. Sorry, I'm just casting to a local recording, and I will be using these local recordings to put them on YouTube later, which is pretty cool. So this is Game three, first two games are tied 1-1. You're usually to pick their third. I mean, their third pick, so it's the last one because the first two picks were 2 each. They need a jungler. So pick up something nice for Linux, hopefully. Wait, oh my god, I'm too tired, yeah. And I knew it was supposed to pick, and I said it was UAUC's pick because I thought NIU had already picked. But NIU picked out Malzahar and Malkai. It was actually their pick. I just messed it up because I'm a little bit too tired. Casted for 3 hours, so you can imagine why I'd be tired. And Maokai, so Malzahar, the mid laner Maokai for the jungle. Malzahar, pretty good counter to Ari. Suppression generally stops you from dashing around, so that's a good call. Um, I, we need, what do we need? UAUC picks Irelia, so Cho'Gath is actually going to be for the jungle, and Irelia is going to be in the top lane, it looks like. Unless Irelia is going to go mid, the Cho'Gath could go mid. I'm fully anticipating this to happen at some point. Um, it is entirely possible. So, NIU's team, Mundo, Koki, Sona, Malzahar, Maokai. UAUC's team is going to be Ezreal, Soraka, Ari, Cho'Gath, and Irelia. And the game's going to get out. We're going to get into champion selection. This is game three, so it's the final game. Whoever wins this wins the series. I'm going to report this game so I can remember to do so. There you go. Well, everyone is ready. Good. And we are into game three. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Game three of Northern Illinois University versus the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Cork is going to be picked up, so we're just going to go pick up the ones that were discussed. Yeah, oh yeah, Mundo's the top laner. Right. Because you can't put Malphite there, right? Um, Lost one out. Yeah, Malzahar, that's it. Brimlock Irelia. Brimlock Irelia. There you go. Everyone on the UAUC side is playing their signature champions this time, except with the exception of Lunix. Lunix signature champion is Wukong. But so it should be pretty nice. We should be seeing some really nice skins out of everybody, with the exception of the only side who doesn't believe in Ezreal skins. So let's take a look at the comp. Starting with NIU, um, Koki Sona bottom lane, very strong poke. It's gonna be relatively painful to deal with for UTX Kai and Granley Sard on the UAUC bottom lane, but like they have some pretty nice sustain. Should be able to scale decently well into the mid game. Koki scales harder in the way late game, so the other people are going to have to pick up the slack, but they can. Daylight has the Ari, has a decent amount of damage. Grimlock on the Irelia, um, Irelia has a lot of damage. Um, so they, if Ezreal falls off, it's fine because others can pick up the slack. On the other side, Mundo in the top lane running teleport. I'm quite confused. Um, excuse me. Um, rather odd. I mean, I haven't seen a Mundo top in a while, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the UIUC team might also be a little confused. There's very little theory that I can recall regarding how to beat a Mundo in the top lane, but huh. I think I think I really can do fine though. Maokai and Cho'Gath are both very interesting junglers. Maokai, um, high ganking potential, high clear speed. Cho'Gath also, same thing. I don't know why you would pick Cho'Gath though. Like, there's no particular reason to pick Cho'Gath in this comp, I feel. Unless they have, I don't know, they might have something specific in mind. But as I was saying, the general comp, um, it seems to be kind of an assassin comp out of there are no like solid assassins, of course, but Malzahar can catch people out of position with the ultimate. Corki can follow up. So Maokai has a decent. Maokai and Mundo might be more for de-initiation than initiation. If that makes any sense. The UAUC team also kind of assassinate. You have the Ari, you have the Irelia. That's what it is. I can't words anymore. And of course Toga with the Rupture can also catch people out of position. Though UAUC will have a little bit of an advantage because if someone is caught out, Zaka can save them a lot more easier than Sona. As, so yeah, let's just see how this game plays out. Yeah, so apparently this is one of those people who just runs cleanse all the time on AD which is the case here. Um, Corky running cleanse. There we go. Excuse me. And we're gonna get into this game. This is game 3 of the University of Illinois on the purple side versus Northern Illinois University on the blue side. First two games were tied 1-1, as I was saying. And yeah, let's just see how this game goes. Waiting for everyone to load. Dr. Mundo being relatively slow. Whew. Mundo with the teleport is very odd. This top laner seems to like running teleport a lot, which is fine, but I don't know if it works well with Mundo. I mean, I don't even know how you play top lane Mundo, so I obviously have no idea what I'm talking about. But it just seems kind of weird. Daylight doesn't have an Ari skin? Really? I thought he did. I guess not. Okay, so let's get into this game. Gonna get underway here. Um, with the University of Illinois versus Northern Illinois University. in the Azubu Collegiate Champions Week 2. Series of both players. This is something that I've been noticing. This Sona doesn't like to run the bonus gold masteries. It's kind of odd. Because you generally like doing that. Wait, Sona's missing a house pot. Is that important? I hope not. That would be really bad if it was. How's the hell gonna start doing things? Also charging up, he's charging up the voiding. Oh yeah, that was seen. Well, few things coming down, and oh boy, that's gonna make people scatter. Yeah, I don't know if it's really a good idea to try to invade a Maokai because you can just toss Savalings in places. But I don't know, it's kind of weird. He definitely was forced to use a lot of Savalings, which is pretty useful. What did you start with? Oh, thought it was Q. Oh right, that's what happens when you're invading. It makes sense. Luna's Cho'Gath gonna be fine. And Maokai's gonna pick up the blue buff. And both are lane swapping. Okay. I guess both of them thought that they would be getting an advantage by lane swapping, and they ended up both doing it. Let's see. I mean, Irelia would have been really good in a 1v2 lane. So I guess they were planning on that, and I guess, I know you anticipated this. So, they're doing that. And I guess there's not going to be aggressive. So that's apparently not going to be able to... Oh, well, there we go. And you can't change top level 2 because it's warded. It's going to change bottom. That works. You could try to catch out the Maokai. Maokai's only level 2 and he's taking the red buff. So it's just going to come down, put a lot of damage onto the Mundo. Mundo's going to take a lot of damage just for the flash. A fractional abundant return. First blood goes to UIUT immediately at 3 minutes. Very well played by both the jungler and the top lane. Maokai with the boost start is not really dancing. It's kind of odd. I guess, this is very nice. The question is if he's going to be able to silence his blown, the flash, immediately. Very nice. Oh, actually, I guess he had to. Very nice. Out of UIUT. That jungler, very strong. What do we got here? What is he waiting for? Reroll? Is he waiting for something? What would he be waiting for? Oh, a Philo immediate. That's pretty nice, actually. Okay. So we're just gonna get a Philo start for Irelia. And he's just going to be able to outstand the Mundo and still do a lot of damage to it. Where is it? The kill immediately goes down. Oh my god. But Maokai does manage to pick up the kill in return. So pretty well played by J1. Sorry I missed that. Still got to going to be farming this lane. Maokai's going to go back to the jungle where he normally is. I'm wondering what it's trying to do. This might be a catalyst build. Actually, yeah, that would make sense. Audience for the optics for the orange ring. Blackhead's gonna come around. It is definitely seen though. Yeah, there's a ping there and there's a ward there, so it's definitely seen. Ari's gonna try to. Is he really gonna stay? He's gonna stay, and oh my god, this poor Maokai. This poor Maokai, he has no idea. Actually, he's probably there. There we go. So much damage is put onto him, and he's just gonna flash. The flash and the counter flash by Gremlin Star picks up the kill. Very, very well played. Nice. Yeah. Now, Maokai definitely knows that was what. That was a good thought, but I mean, that just sucks, I guess. Okay, so I feel like I really have to be more aggressive at this lane. So once again, I have no idea how to play against Mundo. Okay, directed camera doesn't want me to talk about that lane. It wants me to talk about this lane. So Poggy seems to be taking a lot of damage. Oh right, he has the red buff. That is just fun. The only stud. We're gonna be taking. Poggy's gonna be taking a lot of free blows to the face because, of course, red buff procs on that too. Abella's gonna go back. What's he gonna get? Recoil bow on the. Uh-oh. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? Oracle's ballsy. That's for sure. I mean, I love it, but that's pretty ballsy. Pops it immediately too. I guess it's gonna be a Witchling Choga. Which is fine. Actually, yeah, it's pretty good. But rushing it? And yeah, okay, so that's just gonna get that red buff. Not even gonna use any mana for that. Choga gonna try to do something bad to Maokai's jungle. How is this gonna work? Or he's gonna try to get Malzahar instead? This stuff just isn't warded. That's for sure. He's gonna land it. The flash is burned again, but it doesn't matter, does it? So many knives being cut down. Very nice. And oh, Jaywad, no, not the Ari, not the Ari, anything but the Ari. And well, the top lane is coming down. That's for sure. Do they want to come back up? They could put up some decent free damage. I guess not. Luna's just gonna bomb out this middle lane. Very nice. So that's taking that for free. It's gonna take the opposing red buff for free as well. Nice. Let's see. It's gonna come down. Let's see what happens to this Mundo. Is that a ward? No, that's a ward on the. Something's happening up here. No, it's not. Okay. Should really be donating this at some point. There we go. There's Gaywatch coming in for the blue buff. Gaywatch is going to be happy about this. He's going to be able to extremely well with against the Malzahar. And what are you doing? What? Tell me, is this lagging? Okay. There we go. Baywatch seems to be having problems. There we go, yeah. Ari's computer crashed. Okay, so we're just gonna wait for Ari. Yeah, I was wondering what was going on there. I just assumed I was gonna be donated. We're seeing Truth Barrage coming down. It's gonna hit Mundo. I don't know if it's something that, I'm not, oh, Mundo's, I can see that on the side, right. Mundo's at half health. I'm not sure how much health he has. Oh, I can look at that too, right. Let's go. Oh, so, it's gonna do a decent amount of damage, and Kilgot's coming in, so this might be an immediate free kill onto Mundo. We're just gonna wait for this pause to finish out, and Staywater's gonna get back into the game, and we're gonna be fine. Right, I forgot to do this again. It's something that happens, and I don't know. There's no excuse for this. Messy. There we go. Okay, so let's look at this, shall we? In terms of gold, this is in favor of UIUC in every lane actually, except for, wait, what is this? It should be like that. Okay. Yeah, it's in favor of UIUC in every lane. I'm wondering why the support difference is so big. There's 3... The only thing I can think about is maybe Sona isn't taking the gold generation masters. That wouldn't make any sense though. Why would Sona not be taking the gold generation masters? Huh. People do odd things. Well then. So, God. So the general plan, I guess, from UIUC is, well, I mean, I guess the general plan on either side is they want to, I don't know what happens when both teams lane swap. Because the idea is you want to get back down as quickly as possible. Because you want to be able to have an advantage for a dragon fight. But the problem is that UIUC doesn't want to just swap. Actually, they do. Yeah, they do. But, yeah, because Irelia can farm really easily in a 2v1. So they could do that, but then the question is, but I don't think Irelia is gearing for that. He does have the Philo, but needs to build a little bit more lane presence if he wants to actually do well in a 2v1. So he can't really do that. So UIUC wants to swap back down, and you also doesn't want to swap, because then you're leaving Mundo in a 2v1, and he's not going to do anything. So generally the idea is you want to be able to push, then swap back, but neither of them are really able to push, and I don't know if you really want to. I'll be back in the mixed game, and Pause is gonna finish shortly, and I assume that Mundo is gonna go down as soon as that happens. Mundo, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Took advantage onto Cho'Gath, but the Soraka ult does manage to save him. Actually, he might have continued without it. As soon as you get in, immediately active. You should have danced again with a flash. That's not a good idea, though. I'm not gonna be. He actually gets out. Oh my god. Double kill for the Ari. Amazingly played. Wow. And he gets the blue. So now Cho'Gath doesn't have to donate the blue buff. That blue buff is still sitting there, by the way. I don't think they realized this. And yeah, so I know US swapped back. And they're just leaving the Mundo. This is the problem with Cleavos, I guess. I guess that's the only thing to be doing. So I can spend the star card because they do recognize that you need to push down the tower. Actually, no, they're not even going to push down the tower. They're just going to go back. And, let's see. But NIU is going to push down the tower. It's going to go down to Corky. We're saying, well played. Oh god. I just see on the Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath takes a lot of damage. But he lives anyway because Soraka's heal is just way too good. So much armor. And he's gonna get out safely. Looks like a little bit of a Dragon Dance is gonna come down. Or not. This is still heal, by the way. Like, someone should pick that up. There goes the mid. So, NIU with the tower gets a little bit of map control, which is really nice. But at the same time, I don't know what they really plan on doing with that. Oh god, I really was about to get 5-man thing. Still continue farming anyway. Wow, that takes a lot of balls. Wow, Cho'Gath completely turns it around. So much damage on and Cho'Gath. A lot. And that misses, that's okay though. Well, the first thing I was thinking of, no, it wasn't that. Looks like those all 5 heal, they're gonna use it to just push out the top lane, and it's gonna work. There's a lot of tankiness in this lineup, and they have minions. That works too. I mean, you can make you look like an idiot when I say. So, what's in rough? Physical, and that's it. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Malzahar's gonna try to. Is he? I guess he is. Dragon attempt from NIU. Not sure that's the best idea. UIUC manages to come in and prevent Dragon from being taken, and they're probably going to start it themselves. There you go. There's the Dragon attempt, and Mulu can try to do it, I guess. I mean, obviously they're going to try to do it, but hopefully he does get it. Tons of damage onto Ari. It hits like everybody. Soraka goes down immediately. They like trying to do as much damage as possible, just to suppress by the Malzahar. Very nice ultimate. 2 kills in exchange for the Dragon. I guess it was worth it for NIU, but it's only worth it if they're able to capitalize on the temporary advantage. Oh my god. Well, looks like Gamehead's having problems. Well, this is fucking hell. Are they really gonna complain about? Like I told them before the match, like we're all playing from home. We're gonna have internet. We might have internet problems. There's no fight going on right here. Like this is all being recorded. So if you're gonna talk to an like say like yeah, we're gonna talk to an admin because the pause times are a problem. Like I can see everybody on the map. Nobody is about to be attacked. There's two down for UIUC. We're not going to engage on you on top of a pause. That doesn't make sense. Like that last one, yeah, Mundo was, but Mundo was dead anyway. Like if you looked at that. Are you really gonna complain about this? Like you're stealing our blue, and we're not contesting it, and we're pausing, and you're like, well, it's fucking you up. Come on, Corky. Like really? Because if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna fight it. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. See what is that? There was nothing here. Okay. Well, let's back into this game. Yoyusu's gonna come down the bottom lane. Try to know they're gonna come down the mid lane, I guess. That makes more sense. This tower is still at full health, so they're gonna want to push that down. Get a little bit of map control. Like map control is important when you're winning. And so UIUC is winning now. So they're going to want a little bit more map control by taking it down this tower so they can expand just their presence just a little bit more on this map. Well, probably can't really take down the tower. That doesn't really work that way. Well, that doesn't work that well. I still think this witch and Cho'Gath thing is really interesting. Like, it's not something I've seen very much. Excuse me. Not much really happening here. Let's look at the itemization, I guess. Lot of ages versus this looks like an abyssal scepter. Sorry about that. That looks like almost a scene versus a stage and a scene. So, thought it was a head. I had a little bit on code. Okay. Oh, it's the Vampiric Scepter, I guess. Nothing there. Double go for 10 into Triforce. Kind of like my build on top laners, but I don't play Irelia, so. Oh god, that ward expired as Luna's was killing it, so he doesn't get the bonus gold for it. I mean, the 25 gold. The bonus, yes, that's bonus gold. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, it makes sense. He doesn't get the bonus gold for killing it because it expired as he was getting that attack off. Luna coming around, gonna try to engage sideways. Oh, it's gonna be like a pincer movement, I guess. But no, there's wars on the sides to prevent that from happening. not really sure what's gonna. Oh, there's the engagement. No, it's not. Come on. Somebody engage. It makes the game more interesting. Oh, there's the engagement, and the twisted advance and the ultimate. It's gonna go down immediately, though. I'm not sure how many that Sono hit. The teleport by the Mundo is gonna come in. Oh my god, Poke's getting free rain. Getting free rain on everybody, but he's just not attacking for some reason. Well, okay, I'm fine with that. Attack the Corgi! Open! Oh boy. Mundo taking a decent amount of damage. I guess Corgi went down to his night. Double kill by Ari, very well played. And Yoyushi's gonna push out this middle lane. Very nicely. And there is the middle lane. You could definitely take, what are you doing? There you go. Take that. And, okay, so 20 minutes in, 28 to 23,500. Very nice. Who was that? Well, Malzahar, obviously, and anything else really. The Twisted Advance can be cleansed. Sona Ultimate is USS, but it makes sense. So, actually that wasn't an Abyssal Scepter, because I'm an idiot. I guess that, yeah, just the USS. Did he catch the tail end of? No, he didn't. You are usually gonna come down to take the dragon. Should be doing up a Baron at some point, I feel. Quite odd. This Dragon's gonna be fitted for a tower, so it's kinda worth it. For, you wouldn't say it was completely worth it, but Soraka's gonna try to, is Soraka gonna be caught? No. Warding well. The red buff's gonna be taken, looks like. Poke's just gonna put way too much damage onto it. I'd laugh at no. I was like, if Malzahar takes that, that'd be pretty funny. Because he had his dot on him, so that would make sense. Good amount of damage onto Malzahar and all, but not trying to be able to get out. Malzahar does have a lot of ages, which makes it very hard to just assassinate him. I mean, all of these some are building decently tanky, with the exception of Sona, because Sona is actually no, like even Sona, like none of them are building glass cannons. Like this is relatively kind of glass cannon. It's pretty strong. Like you're just gonna try to invade in this direction. And I'm just gonna put up quite a fight. If I were them, I'd probably. I mean, they would group up quite a bit. It would be pretty powerful. There's the engagement. So much damage put on. Mundo in the front, very well placed. Grimlock is trying to assassinate the Corgi. Sticking in to get that off. So I think that was a suppression, but he did manage to QSS that. It's managing to get in. I don't use completely split. J1 goes down to a very nice vision, and I guess that was wonderful. He gets the Corgi, Grimace gets the Corgi, very well, great. I guess they're looking for the Maokai. Looking for the Maokai. No? No? Okay, well Maokai's gonna live then. Oh boy. This that squishy support, it's fine. I'm just gonna take the opposing blue buff, because that is a thing that I feel very good with. So, 7 to 14 at 23 minutes with about a 4,000 gold lead for UAUC. So pretty well played. Let's look at the individual goal differences. So head for UAUC in every single way. Mid being the smallest difference, but it's fine. You'd have to sink a decent amount into that QSS. So Malzahar actually probably puts on more damage. Yeah, Malzahar definitely puts on more damage at this point. But that QSS is very good utility. So it's probably worth it. Looks like UAUC is gonna try to go for Baron. Or at least they're trying to force a Baron fight. There we go. What we got? The flash being forced on Maokai, very good. Won't be able to flash just at advance in this next fight. Lindy trying to get in front to potential team. Lands is very good save onto Yuki's side. He's going to initiate on top of that. So much damage going on. Sona needs to be able to land a good ultimate if NIU wants to be able to do anything. Grimlock and Gaylord assassinating everyone in the back. Doesn't manage to get anybody, but they do bring a lot of people low. QSS completely defeating Malzahar. Malzahar goes down. Maokai goes down. Apparently Soraka went down, but nobody cares about Soraka. And it looks like UAUC won that barely 2-1. Both being very cautious, actually. But basically just Grimlock and Irelia trying to assassinate the squishies. But because even the squishies aren't very squishy, they were able to survive a decent amount. But they did eventually get them down. But at the same time, Soraka did go down. And because of how small that victory is, they're not really going to be able to capitalize on that at all. Oh my god. I'm talking a lot. I'm gonna need some water after this. Oh my god. Blue buff being changed by Routine. They're gonna steal it for the Corky. It's okay because oh no, it's down now. It's 2 elixirs. Wow. That's pretty ballsy. Corky's gonna try to come down for him. Who is the Oracle? I saw a ward being taken down. Who is the Oracle? No? Huh, that's odd. Looks like NIU is gonna try to take out the Baron. No, they're not. But they are gonna take the red buff, and that is going to be contested. It's gonna be picked up by Azrael. Very well played. And what is Nuno gonna do? Oh boy. Grimlock gets cut out, but he's fine because he's Irelia. Nice. Dragon's gonna be taken by NIU. Still a relatively close game in terms of gold, and like I said, like it has been said, I guess would be more accurate. Gold doesn't win the games directly. So just because UAUC is up gold doesn't mean they're definitely gonna win this. It is obviously a very good advantage, but not complete. The main difference I would say though is the difference between the Irelia and the Mundo. That can be pretty painful. Also Maokai being relatively worthless compared to Kogan. Yeah. Okay, so a general thing is Malzahar is worthless after someone builds Quicksilver stacks. Because, after the main target builds Quicksilver stacks, as in this case with Ari. So, Quicksilver stacks, oh wow, hold that thought. A lot of damage has to come down onto NIU. This is going to be painful. Kofi's forced to leave the fight, and the other two are just going to die, it looks like. Mundo Menendez is top the ultimate, but the Ignite is down, so that goes down. Wolf is nothing trade. USBC just taking, just doing so much damage. The ultimate shows nothing. That's okay though. UIUC picks up the mid tier 2, trying to pick up the mid tier 3. There we go. And may even stay for the inhib. Yeah, they will. There we go. The inhib's gonna come down, and this turret's gonna come down, it looks like, just by itself, maybe. No, not quite. But it's pretty nice. Okay, so oh wow, that was a very nice sonar hitting all of them, but no follow-up onto that. Oh boy. See, with that, this on the other hand, follow-up, lands the top, and everybody just goes in onto it. Very well played. Luna's gonna be, there we go. Luna needs to be in front. He's kind of split with his team. He needs to actually get with his team. Go around. There we go. Oh boy. Can he really? No, that's fine. There we go. Oh boy. Mundo's gonna come in with this, and no, he's gonna be fine. So as I say, low on mana, I'm not gonna be able to sustain as much as he'd like. The tower does not go down. Stays up with 6 hit points. One more hit would have gotten it, but I don't think anyone could have afforded one more hit. So that was a very smart move by UIUC to move out. Oh boy. This is a lot of AoE. Grimlock cutting out a lot of damage. Is Daywat also going to assassinate everybody? Oh boy. Actually, wow. Oh boy. There's the Corky going down. And everyone's focusing Mundo because that's not at all what you're supposed to do. If you had gotten that prepared spot, you would have said, oh boy. They know they're there. Come on. There we go. And 4-for-1 trade for UIUC. Very well played. And we... Okay, there's the tower. Sona was trying to hold position to save it. Didn't really work out. Oh, and this turret went down by itself with this minion. Vendor vote fails for blue team. Well, that's, come on. Really, guys? You can do better than that. There's the turret, and UIUC is going to be able to move. You can just move pretty much freely. Baron buff is going to be picked up relatively soon. They're congregating around Baron. Ari needs to be there. Ari's going to pick up blue buff. That makes sense. And you have to keep one or two at home just to be able to keep the minions out of the base. So we go straight for Baron though, but little do they know, UIUC telegraphed that, and they're not actually doing it. No wards there though. UIUC should have wards there. Kind of odd. Okay, whatever. CSL picks up the blue buff. Gonna have fun with that. What do we got here? That looks like a Rallies. Rallies is actually very strong on Ari, as it is on a lot of things. As well with the QSS as well. Yeah, see, this is the problem with Malzahar. These are your carries. They have QSS, so you can't do anything to them. But, to be Malzahar, I guess. Um, um, let's see. We can, so, what should happen here is, and I used to try to push out mid lane and try to make something happen, because if they AC enemy team, it doesn't matter if they're super minions. They can just push down a couple towers, maybe middle towers, which when they gate these super minions in their base. Doesn't matter. And now it looks like you see the Finish group here, anticipating energy to be moving, but then they are moving. They just thought they would be moving in a different direction. And here comes UAUC, seriously engagement. It's Grimlock is a free open target onto the enemy cave. Oh my god. It's gonna be so much damage. I'm not really sure what's going on here. And features for UAUC. Cruelty Falls, Mundo Falls, Sona Falls, and who's still there's the Maokai Falls. And Malzahar has to run. And it looks like this is gonna be GG with the game going to UIUC 2-1. Oh, and I fell in my chair. The game to NIU. If they really do something about this, I'm gonna be very upset because really, they were played by both sides. Well, they disconnected, so I assume that they'll. So I assume that they didn't do anything. But yeah, UIUC takes the series 2-1. Good game to Northern Illinois. These VODs will be up on YouTube as soon as I can get them onto YouTube, which will probably be tomorrow. And yeah, I mean, I'm sorry about the pauses, but I mean, if our guys disconnect, what can you do about that? Right? GG.